Hi there. Today I'm going to be showing you a Blender tutorial on how to make a simple volcano or landscape or really anything, mountain maybe, on Blender. It's pretty simple. Hopefully it looks a little bit better than this because this was kind of rushed. But anyway, start up a new file and you're going to have the default Blender file right here. You want to get rid of this cube. Now there's this in the user preferences there are add-ons which you can add for like extra mesh and stuff, and there's this one called landscape. You know, for whatever you're doing it might be okay, but for me this ain't gonna cut it. So I'm gonna pretty much be making something kind of similar to it, like with the whole it'll be kind of similar to it. So just delete this and let's add a new plane, default plane. I'm going to open the screencast keys. I always forget to do that, just so in case I miss describing commands or anything, you can just see it down here like that. Okay, so with the plane, I'm going to go into edit mode and press W to open this, and then press subdivide. Now over here, there should be something that you might have to drag it up like that, but there should be something over here that says subdivide and number of cuts. I'm going to increase that all the way up to 10, and then I'm going to subdivide it once more. If you don't have this side menu, you can just press T to open it, and there you go. Now, yeah, and then keep the number of cuts up to 1. And okay, now I'm going to deselect, and I'm going to select a circle inside the plane of all the vertices, but you don't want to come over here to the edge. So just put the cursor on the middle, roughly, and zoom out with the after you press C to zoom out to be able to select this. And maybe there. That's pretty good. Well, actually, let's go one more. There we go. There we go. Now just select a circle like that. And I'm going to press G to grab and Z to go up on the Z axis and go, that's pretty good. Press 5 to go to orthographic. Let's go a little bit higher. There we go. Maybe a little lower. And then I'm going to go up to top view again, do the same thing. There we go. Just select a little bit. G, Z. But you see that it's kind of rough like that. You don't really want it to look like a, I don't know, a cake, a really fancy cake. I don't know, but I'm just gonna undo that. Select it again, and I'm going to turn on I'm going to turn on proportional editing. So what you do is press O, or you can come down here and press enable. And the default should be smooth, and just keep it at smooth. So go to the top view, have it selected, press G, Z, and you notice that it moves the whole thing up. You know, that might be what you want, but it's not really what I want. So I'm going to do G again, and see this big white circle right here? That is the proportional editing window, I guess you could call it. Like the bigger the circle is, you see how it moves everything, but if you select that, it only moves the stuff on the inside. It moves everything that's on the inside of the circle. So I'm going to make it a little kind of medium size, so like that. If you have it too small, it'll still keep it like that. So have it kind of in a happy medium. Right. Don't want that one selected. Right. Yeah, right there. That's pretty good. Okay, and then just keep doing this over and over, maybe 2 or 3 more times, depending on how tall you want your mountain. I don't want it to be too tall, so I'm just going to maybe right there. That's good. And then that's pretty nice. That's a good height for me. And okay, once you have it the height you want it, if you want to leave it as a mountain, leave it as a mountain, but I'm here to show you how to make a volcano, and that's what I'm going to do. So press C to loop or circle command, or circle select, I mean, and select a kind of small area, maybe that little square right there. Actually, let's go a little bit bigger. Right there, that's good. And then zoom in, make the proportional editing window a little bit smaller, and go down like that. Well, there you go. But now you should notice that it's a little, I don't know, squarey, kind of verticey. You can see the vertices. So what I'm going to do is press Control 1 to open up a subsurf modifier, which is one of the most important modifiers. If you don't know what it is yet, if you're just new to Blender, what it pretty much does, it makes it smoother. I don't know exactly how, it just does. You can change the view and render up to 2 and make it smooth. There we go. Now it kind of looks like a science project, made out of modeling clay, which is not what you want. Well, okay, it's not what I want, at least. So what I'm going to do is go back to edit mode and change the proportional editing fall off from smooth. I'm going to make it to random. So now make the circle a little bit bigger. See how this works. If you have the circle covering the whole thing, see, now you can see how it moves pretty much everything. It moves a random amount of vertices in the same direction at a random intensity as the one you have selected. So what I'm going to do is just do that, but it's a little bit off for me, so I'm going to select everything and subdivide it once. And now if you do that, the proportional editing is a little bit small, so I'm going to make it bigger. Now if you select a vertice and make it, somehow it got changed to smooth, I don't know, but now there you go. Now it looks a little bit better. Now just keep doing that to the whole darned thing. Go up, go down, go really any direction you want, but I'm just gonna go up or down. Just get out of there. Just because if you go see if I want to go Y like that, kinda looks weird to me. So up or down is just where I'm gonna keep it. You can do whatever you want, I guess, because it's your project. Let's see. Keep moving vertices around. You can change the size of the circle if you want to get it done a little bit faster, but if you do it smaller, you can focus more on certain areas. In my opinion, it looks a little bit better. See how this volcano kind of looks like it's just got done out of it just erupted, and there's lava dripping down, kind of like that. That's pretty cool. Let's make it a little bit rockier. Let's subdivide it again, if it'll open. Now the more vertices you have, the more detailed you can be, but you see how it's lagging so much? So I'm just going to undo that. Okay, that's pretty good for video purposes. If I were you, I would spend a lot more time doing this, making it look how you want it. But for purposes of video and your time's sake, I'm just going to leave it like this. Now, if you're making a volcano, you might want the top to be smooth like that. You see how the circle is smooth, but I don't. So what I'm going to do is just grab a vertice right there and change the size a little bit, and let's go down. Let's go down over there too, and maybe a little bit farther. No, okay, maybe not. See, if you haven't noticed, this thing is really about playing around, seeing what fits your suit your needs. That's pretty good. Now I want to make it a little bit bigger, so what I'm going to do is press N to open up this, and where is it? Go under View. You might have to open it, but View, and then go Lock Camera to View. And what that does, if you're in camera view, your camera will follow, like if you zoom in or zoom out, it'll follow that. It'll, so just get that. You can scale it up if you want. I'm just gonna leave it the same and just zoom the camera in. Now I'm gonna make it a little bit, well, just a tiny bit taller, just because it looked a little bit short. So there we go. Now let's give it a quick render, just to see what it looks like. See how it's really kind of shiny? It looks greasy almost. For my mountain, I don't really want that. I mean, unless you live at a place where mountains are greasy, but I don't. So I'm going to, okay, let's color it, make it gray. You see it's still shiny. Before I go too far, I'm going to split the area and press T to get rid of that on this side. And then see you might have to drag it over, but the little white ball here, click that, and I'm going to go to rendered view. And see what that does, it shows you what it looks like if it'll be rendered. I'm pretty sure that's really new. I'm not sure, but I really like it. So yeah, do that. You see how it's really shiny? I'm going to lower the specular intensity and let that update. It's still a little bit shiny, but if you make it go gray, you can't hardly notice it. So maybe turn the intensity a little bit higher. Okay, not that high. There we go. That's, well, I don't know. There we go. That's pretty good. Okay, so there's basic mountain right now. That's a pretty good color, maybe like that, a little darker. Now go over to the texture panel, and where it says type, if it says none, you want to switch to clouds, but chances are it is going to be default clouds. Now you see how it turns purple over here? That's because you have to scroll down where it says RGB to intensity. I'm going to make that white, and now the thing is really white. So if you want a light mountain, you want the texture right here to be the lightest, and then the other part to be darker. But I want a kind of dark mountain, so I'm going to have this part darker, and then go back over here and make this part lighter. And there you see, it looks pretty nice. Yeah, right there, that's perfect. Now let's go back to the textures real quick. Pretty much everything over here is alright, except oh wait, well that's pretty cool. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, anyway, go back to grayscale. I'm going to change the noise right here, make it from soft, go to hard, and then it kind of looks a little bit more like rocks. And now I'm going to change this back a little bit darker and make it a little bit, ooh, there we go, that's nice. Well, let's render it, see what it looks like. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for me. I'm not gonna go much into like lighting and stuff, or I'm not gonna show you how to make lava, because that's like fluids and stuff, and I don't got time for that, and I'm not really good at it. So this is a video showing you how to model a pretty basic mountain or landscape area. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. Thank you. Bye bye.